Your Excellency, too, let me say that we are indeed privileged that in Kiambu County, we have not less than 9 national schools, and we have the highest concentration of national schools in this county. And we do not take it for granted, Your Excellency, that, as you had. Before today, the last sitting president to set foot in this school was 30 years ago when former President Daniel Arap Moi visited this school just 30 years ago in 1996, just ahead of the 1997 elections, which President Moi moved on to win in the 1997 elections. Your Excellency, I don't want to say much. 30 years later, you visit Thika High School. A year before the elections, afikiri hapo pengine tutajijazia. Si tutajijazia hapo pengine? To Your Excellency, this is not the only national school. This year, you have visited very many other schools. Last weekend, you were in Maseno School in Kisumu. You have been to the Alliance. You have been to Limuru Girls. You have been to Miri Hill. You have been to Mangu High School. And we do not take it for granted that you have visited in 3 years of your presidency many of our national schools, not just in Kiambu County, but across the nation. And not just visiting, Your Excellency, but leaving a lasting legacy and an impactful visit to many of the schools that you have visited. We do not take it for granted that following your ascending to the office of president, many of our national schools have benefited from infrastructural development projects, and many schools in our country. Your Excellency, when I listened during the service as we sang the song Pressing On and Standing on Higher Ground, I said how we feel challenged. I want to challenge Your Excellency to remain on that higher ground and stand on higher ground. There are words in that song that says that you will stand on higher ground. Those Satan's darts will be hurled at you. Remain firm on that higher ground. Your Excellency, when you took over the reins of leadership of this country, our education sector was not on the verge of collapse. Our education sector had virtually collapsed. We were not certain what would happen with CBC. Many of our public universities were closing down. We were not certain whether the children who are in grade 9 would proceed to JSS in primary school or in high schools, Your Excellency. And through the presidential working party that you appointed within the first week of getting into office, we were able to stabilize our education sector, ensure that we transition from 844 to CBC and now to CBE in a very organized and clear manner, Your Excellency. That is not to say there are no challenges. But Your Excellency, standing on higher ground, you have been able to resolve many of the challenges that bedevil our education sector, right from our primary schools, high schools, all the way to our tertiary and higher education institutions. It is no mean feat, Your Excellency, in about 2.5 years, to build 23,000 classrooms across all schools in our country, Your Excellency. It is no mean feat. We do not take it for granted, Your Excellency, that at a time when we knew JSS students were getting to their schools without laboratories, you have invested hundreds, actually billions of shillings in ensuring that we have classrooms, we have laboratories, we have dining halls, we have classrooms adequate to ensure that no child in Kenya is left behind. Your Excellency, I have chaired the Budget and Appropriations Committee in the National Assembly in the last Parliament when you were Deputy President. And you know, Your Excellency, and the PS is here. And we have not shied away from stating the fact that over the years, for the last close to 12 years, we would underfund our education sector, and especially in terms of capitation to our schools. And that is why many schools were lagging behind in terms of development and being able to offer the services that they should be offering. But in the last 3 years, Your Excellency, through your focused effort and through your standing on higher ground, without listening to the noise, You have focused on the job, and today we can proudly say that at the time these children are opening school, every term, school capitation is in the bank accounts of schools to ensure that no child misses an opportunity to build their future. We must thank Your Excellency, and we do not take it for granted. I know many naysayers have said many things about your education sector. That is why I want to encourage you, Mr. President, from the words of that song, pressing on, keep pressing on, stand on that higher ground. Even as Satan's darts are hurled at you, remain focused on the transformation of our country, because you are securing the future of our nation through your massive investment in our education sector. I don't want to say anything more than that, Your Excellency.